Can't see official parties meeting, but keep it.
Alright, so we're going to get started with just some updates. This is kind of, we had our first meeting in May for the year, but now that we're ready to go, we're in June, this is going to kind of kick off like our back-to-back every other week meetings for the rest of the year. And Phil and I will kind of share some updates that we want to share with everyone, and then ask if any of like our heads of committees have anything to share that are here. I expect the attendance to grow as we get closer to the actual event, but thank you all for giving us your time tonight, and especially with this weather, which I'm sure we'll be having many meetings in rainy weather the rest of the summer. It's rained like every day for the last, what, month?
16 or 17.
Not out here.
Only because I do.
I do. It feels like summer, but so we'll quickly run through our schedule of events. So on Thursday, we are planning to work with Fish Lips again on our VIP and sponsor press party to kick off the weekend. And then on Friday, we will have our registration party at the pier. Just to let you all know that registration sheets are being mailed out to the last 2 years competitors for 2015 and 2016. And our online registration is open. You can go on now to register or tell any friends that are interested. We've got open SUP and for men and women up there and on our registration sheets. So we're moving forward with the stand-up paddle and all of our normal divisions. As Dorothy pointed out, we do have our 55 and up Legends Women's division that we added last year. So we're going to keep that in there for all of our Legend Women's. Jocelyn was a big component of that.
Yeah, and we also heard from Melody on that.
Melody and Jocelyn.
Yeah,
Yep.
normally they were for years.
Well, they don't want to serve against the 42-year-olds.
Right.
So, understandable.
Okay, I thought you were going to say the 18-year-old.
No.
No, we have out of 25 divisions, Kim. Now we're 29.
Maybe 1 year, maybe 1 year.
You win.
It's coming.
Grand legend.
50-50, Pat.
So Saturday we have our famous Charlie's traditional Hawaiian luau. It's a tradition now, third year.
It was Robin.
So, oh wait, Charlie and Robin.
Yes, don't leave Robin out.
Robin's really the brains behind the operation.
Whoa!
Duh!
Look at me.
Honestly, we thought that went without saying.
So we're so excited.
Yeah,
we're
he's
gonna
LeBron.
really sell the crap out of these tickets this year. No one is getting a free ticket. We gave them to sponsors last year. That's not going to happen. It's going to be a paid event, donation obviously, but we will really amp this up and have another fabulous year. We'll show surf movies from Dalton afterwards, and it's just turned into such a great Saturday night party, the best we've ever had since we started doing this thing. And then Sunday, obviously, our Taste for Bar and silent auction. Our committee that kind of leads that is not here tonight, but we're going to get them going, and we'll make sure that this year is even more fabulous than last year. Last year, our silent auction raised the most money that we had in years. I can remember since I've been here. It raised over $50,000. So if we can do the same as last year, we'll be really doing well financially overall with the circus. So just some updates. Take home some silent auction papers. I'm going to put Steve on the spot because we missed you last meeting, but a few people were wondering about getting donations, and if you can just share a little bit about how successful you are, because he's like, I put you now as the chair of the silent auction item.
Oh!
There you go.
Yeah!
Okay, I'm glad to do it. I'll play something later if you want me to, but anybody wants to ride with me, take an hour and ride around and just, it's all the same thing, just approach people.
Yes. Well, it's not easy to do. You gotta have a little bit of, for me, it's more of just knowing the cause that you're supporting. So when you go to talk to these people, it's easy for you to ask them for donations because you're
Because it's a good thing.
supporting such an amazing cause like the Kidney Foundation. So you have a little bit of background to what you're actually doing. That makes it a little bit easier, and these people do want to give. They technically, most of these business owners have to give. So
We also suggest that if you frequent a place, like I'm in Nolan's a couple times a week.
Yes,
Needless to
exactly.
say, Nolan's donates.
Yes.
Places you go in, I just walk in and they hand them, we're back again this year, you know.
exactly, we're almost to the weekend. So take some of these sheets, and if you're going to go out this weekend to local restaurants, ask for some gift certificates or shopping around. I'm sure if you spend a little money there or if they know you, you're pretty good at that too.
Do a lot. I turn it over.
You frequent a lot of places though, Alvin.
Because it's the amateur
Alden,
MC
you
after
get a
all.
lot of-
I'm looking on it.
What's got Indians to get those in?
I know you do a lot. I just gotta get back to it.
So if
You can do
If
it.
any of you need to get a hold of Savannah, she has her brand new business cards with her brand new last
Give
name.
a new name.
Oh, Mrs.
Yeah.
You can still email the old email, but
Right.
Back
All
to
right.
backup plan.
yes, we switched it over.
Same number still?
Yeah, oh yeah, same phone number, of course. I still have to visit the Social Security office, so it's not technically.
Oh my Lord, you gotta take everything with you.
I don't know if I want to do that. I'm scared. But
And driver's license.
And Kim, you're good to go on the beach and everything?
Passport.
Well, on the beach, I'm never good to go until we get the kids signing up.
Yeah.
But, I always tell people, let me know what you need and when you need them, and we get them there. As Val knows, we get people there. But, I won't know until school starts how many kids actually sign up to work, but we'll get them. And the one thing that I want to clarify this year, and you guys need to work on this, the T-shirts. For my kids, I gave them all a ticket that said T-shirts,
Right.
volunteer.
right.
And they had to show that to get it for half price, which
Right.
is usually the deal. And you need to clarify for Val, who gets one free?
Right. I
Okay.
agree.
She needs that list, so.
Now
we-
I will work with you on
Okay.
that. I know
Okay.
that's literally the hardest part of
The
the whole job.
volunteers, it's a half C like always.
Yes.
Okay.
Or
That's a yearly debate.
it's a yearly
Yeah.
debate.
Right.
We'll get with Rex.
Just
we'll
don't let the
get,
volunteers hear that,
Yes.
okay?
Yes. It is. It is.
You can't have
a
somebody
ticket.
getting one free and then.
I know.
And lunchtime is always a fight, but Charlie and his brothers are usually there with me, and they have been great backup.
Yes.
And yes, a few others have been there also. They've really helped out a lot on the lunch. So we handle that.
Val, we'll get together before it gets crazy and talk and figure that out. But that's the hardest part.
I know.
Imagine when we had when we used to do that was even
Somehow
crazier.
it's
Years. I got
Look at
You know,
it,
like
he's glazed
before she was
over.
born.
So we are still looking to fill our division sponsorship spots. We pretty much have gotten all of our pro sponsors back. Obviously, Ron John's and Victory Casino and Gutman Wolverton, which if you guys know Jenny and Steve Wolverton, they just had a very successful kidney transplant. They're a chance right now. So he always does our men's pro longboard sponsorship. So to let you guys know, we've got our packets. We're looking for division sponsors, 1,000 per division, 2,500 for 2 divisions plus 10 on the beach, and new companies that are trying to get their name out there. I don't know if Ohana Jays will do it again, but we're going to be approaching them. We're a brand new business that approached us and did it. So we'll be working on all of that, but please let us know if you have any ideas. Bill and I can reach out to them.
The new place across the street, the place to be.
Posters?
Yes, if they'll do it.
Yeah?
Because they're
Oh, they're right
strong.
there.
They're really busy.
Do you go in
Who
there?
is that?
Coasters across the street.
Oh, really?
They do a fabulous
Okay.
business, so.
It's coaches.
It's not beach.
Well, we used to have
Well, where
these,
we-
so,
We had the other coaches, Mike,
Where
where,
the Eagle Army.
down in, where we had the Dick and Tree Friday night
It's a
party.
bar lounge.
so we are working on our marketing with the Tourist Development Council, who's sponsoring us as a signature event. And iHeartRadio just sent over their proposal. We're going to do basically a lot of the same things we did with them last year. With all the publicity, they're going to come out to the beach and do the live broadcasting. Taco Bob and Pinkman will be out there again. It was a great time. Yeah, Taco Bob was cool though because he used to come to the event long
JRR
time
days.
ago, so.
Yeah, remember we had submarine, one of the biggest concerts we ever had was we just had JRR when it was Clear Channel. And that's when we had a flow-through crowd of nearly 150,000 people. We had Seven Mary, Three, Smile, and all that. When we had the concert, all three bands that were playing were in the top 5 of Billboard magazine, just by coincidence. Richard had lined up through Clear Channel. So Savannah has been dealing with camera over there, and with the TDC, so we will have a lot of publicity. We met with Budweiser today, and they're in for their same amount of $10,000, but with a lot more
Marketing.
With
Six
digital.
digital billboards, and they're gonna put our poster on their beer truck.
No way.
And we had that years ago. The only thing we're still working on is either Pepsi or Coke, and Pepsi we want to tie in with because they're with a peer, but we're still not settled on that. So we'll be working on that for the next week.
Get water.
Or beer.
I know, we just need the water, and then maybe if Pepsi can do like the little tent thing out there, we can put some kids in there
Yeah.
and sell them for like $1 or whatever. And we make money on that product, so we're working on bringing Pepsi in as a bigger sponsor this year.
Are we gonna have a beer tent?
No, there's no more beer tents because
We don't need it.
No.
we
don't want it.
make literally 4 times more than we used to by Carol giving us. They give us 10 grand.
Okay.
They're giving us all this marketing, and then they just sell the beer themselves. We were making about, once we did like the net of it all, it was like maybe $1,500 we made on beer. It was bad.
Well, remember, I mean, years ago, Alden remembers this too. We used to make a lot of money on our liquor and beer sponsors. And then all of a sudden that kind of dropped down. It's a lot easier without having Beer Village and all that. And besides,
There were a lot of arguments going on when we had the beer tent too, between free beers, arguments. So we're clean. It's not. We are the National Kidney Foundation. We shouldn't be in the alcohol selling business anyway.
and it's a lot easier to pick up a check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that we have.
Is
our
that how you got
disciples
the
of
muscles
peers
in
that
there?
are upset about it. I love them having that job. They love having that job, but they understand that we're making so much more money and it's so much less work. So that's the deal with the beer, and hopefully we continue this for a while. And then one major last thing, we're still looking for trophies. Chad and Kitty decided to rent a houseboat and sail. Charlie, do you know where?
They're in Biscayne, they bought a houseboat, they're in Biscayne Bay
Oh, wow.
right now, on their way up. Charlie, what's the update on
Crossing
that?
Biscayne Bay today.
Yeah. So we're wondering,
Has anybody ever seen the movie Captain Ron?
that's what.
Just imagine Chad with
Wow.
Captain Ron.
Not kidding.
So are they coming back here?
Yes,
Well,
I'm back here.
Charlie said if they make it up in here, he's gonna meet them at the bridge
Right.
on Merritt Island in his
At the
boat.
inlet.
If they make it.
We'll give them a warning.
Oh, I thought he just dropped water balloons.
Yeah, so we'll be looking, again, I'd like to approach the girl in Orlando. The trophies are in there, but if you can make some special trophies for us, Michelle will be, I know you'll probably be doing the team one for Thanksgiving, but if we could have them, at least a couple of them done for Labor Day. We haven't really approached her yet.
Does anyone have any leads on this kind of stuff, trophies, or is ever? I mean, if you could put it on your radars and let us know, we're kind of also still.
Hey, you know, Phil, we did those,
Yeah, I can reach out to
Yeah.
him. Yes,
those were kinda cool.
he got in touch with me a while ago, so I'll reach out to him again. But just putting it on everyone's radar, that's something we really need to focus on until the next meeting. If you guys have any ideas, or talk to anyone.
I mean, if we have to go regular trophies, we can, but we've always had something innovative and something real special for Labor Day other than what other people
That's
have.
what makes our
That's what
process
we're looking
special.
for.
We still have Chris Wallace there?
Oh, God,
The
yes.
pros,
Yeah,
yeah.
oh, yeah.
Major? Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
All the pro trophies will be done with Chris and the Wyland Gallery. And, of course, Savannah went over our sponsors for all our pro events, but
Division sponsors, we're still looking for any new companies that want to get their face out there, want to support a good cause. Please let us know. We love new sponsors, so now's the time to really push for it. We're about 2.5 months away already. It's crazy.
pick up the entry. This is a good guide as always, with the trophies, call Savannah or myself to find out which divisions are already done. There's some divisions like Minihune and a couple of them that are already filled. But for 2,500 down on the beach and everything, it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
You guys are all familiar with that anyway.
But before we kind of turn it over to open discussion and letting, committee chairs share anything, just want to introduce our kind of newer volunteer, Dorothy. She's been with us for a couple years, but hasn't been to a lot of meetings, and she recently got a kidney about a month and a half ago.
And next door to Dorothy, John is right next to you. Provide her with our salad. Along with Shane's favorite salad.
Other than,
Yeah, so she'll be helping us
It was
out
my
on
fourth kidney transplant.
Oh!
3 from siblings, and my last one was from my daughter.
Baptist or
She
Catholic?
told me that at the mall.
Catholic.
I asked my mom.
Yeah, so
I'm
this
very-
is why
I'm very
we're
blessed.
doing, well, this is why we do the work we do, and we come together every other week, and it's a lot of work to put this on, but we do it for people like Dorothy and everyone that's been affected by kidney disease. So thank you all for being here, and thank you to our chefs, Charlie.
And we'd like to thank Kevin for having all the fans work.
always,
All right?
always.
And the spot.
We do have some new faces in the crowd. Please, if anybody knows anybody, school who needs community service hours,
Yeah,
this is a good way in one weekend to get 25 hours.
yeah.
I'm very generous when they're on that hot set.
Yes.
If you know anyone who needs community service hours,
You
give
girls
them
look like you're right. Are you high school still or?
Oh, yeah.
Good thought.
They're on the
We've
Gulf
also
Coast.
had some
Aged
people
out
who
of the
legally needed community service hours. But that has to be approved ahead of time by court.
Sadly, I do have a friend.
Believe me, we've had our involvement with the probation department too. And we still are working,
Yes.
set an appointment
Just
with
to
the
give
sheriff.
our,
That was my question.
It's the same sheriff.
yeah, so our update on the Poke Boys is I have left 2 messages with my contact, Lindsay Deaton. I'm still waiting for a call back, but I think our next move is to set up an appointment with Sheriff Ivy,
Yeah.
go above her and see if he can allow.
And I know
And
that.
he's the same sheriff.
I know the whole family.
Yeah. Well, she's not called me back, so.
Call her.
Tell her Kim Weisner said that.
I will, your
Call
old
her,
teacher,
yeah.
Kim Weisner.
So,
I knew her when she was Lindsay Quinones. Call her Lindsay Quinones. Then she became Shaker, then she became.
TMI, Kim.
Happy down.
Yeah, she is, like, the Eddie Brooke, she is.
So if you run into anybody who's looking for something to do on this Saturday, Sunday, Monday, they can come sweat on the beach with me, like with all of us, and help sell t-shirts. If you know anybody who goes, don't tell them to go do the auction stuff, because that's it.
Yeah, tell them to come out. Tell them to come out on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
So,
no
I don't know if
scouting.
any committee members have anything to say or heads of committees, but our next meeting will be, not next week, but the week after, and we'll continue that every other week kind of schedule. And I'm sure as we get closer and closer, we get busier and busier, there's lots more to do, but now really is the time to help us get some silent auction items, like Steve. He's your best role model for that, and then also the
I just talk a lot. What can I say?
Take a bow, Steve.
You don't
All
stop
right,
until
so
they give you a.
as the committee head part,
Yes.
that's what you get for coming out of the committee head.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Kim's point is exactly the point. I myself pick a geographical location that I consider mine. That doesn't take away from any other volunteer that wants to go there. Like, if you go in and they say, well, somebody's already been here and I want to do it with them, or I'm already turning them down, then just, just say, oh, we're all volunteers. We don't have an agenda, so it's all good, you know. All we care about is the donation coming in, not any personal credit, but like, where you get your hair cut. Actually, I get my hair cut in one place, and I've got a friend who has a hair place, and they both done it, you know. If it's somebody who's very familiar to you, like my haircut place, is just go in there and say, okay, I'm here, now give me a donation. You know, not that bluntly, but you know, you've done
Well,
it
that's
before.
not bad, though.
But no, you've done it before. I've known you for 10 years. You know, hey, look, man, come on. You know, what's a haircut? You know, when you're going for meals are great. You go into especially a new restaurant, and what you do is you try to get. They say, well, how much would be a reasonable amount? And the answer is, we'll take anything, but a good target is, what's your average bill for 2 people? This restaurant might be $25, $50 for that other restaurant.
Yeah.
So we want a donation in increments of 2. So you could give 2 meals, you know, a $50 gift certificate at the $50 place. You know, but you always leave it open so they can give you 2 or 4 or whatever, and you always want to sell while you're there. You're not a phone solicitor who's looking for money that's not going to go to the charity in the first place. You know, we do so much with our volunteers and with the donations like the Coca-Colas and the waters and the beers or whatever that we it's a local effort to help people with kidney disease, that we return a lot of the money that you donate to them. And the customers, that is, those who attend the event, are generally locals. Like probably 80–90% of the people that come to the event are locals. So you're a new restaurant, or you know, you just remodeled, you want to re-establish your whatever, then restaurants are always great to do. And you say, look, you know, you might get some tourists in here, but locals can come several times a year. So those are just some general ideas. Ace Hardware Store, the one in Cocoa Beach, is owned by the same people. They donate materials to the beach. And the one in Cape Canaveral gives us something to sell at the...
Joanne's brother also owns the one in Titus.
Does he?
So Joanne in Cocoa Beach, but I mean, any place you shop, remember, Rich, we always said this for years, and Steve followed this rule. Any place you shop, don't be afraid regularly. Where you know the people, don't be afraid to ask. You know the old rule, you don't ask, you don't get.
If you come in with paperwork too, that even makes it more.
Yeah, take as much as the
Bring a poster, bring a newspaper.
I never go with
Yeah, I take
paperwork,
it into.
but the first time I never go in with a poster. Because if you get a maybe, or the manager's not here, or whatever, unless you get a donation right there on the barrelhead,
They won't put it up.
then, well, they might not put it up, but the poster gives you a second visit. Then the second visit, you go in with the poster and the paperwork, say, hey, I was here before, is the manager here, or, you know, it's Tuesday, they said he'd be here Tuesday. And you really don't have to, like, work a schedule or anything. It's like, you know what, I got this in the car, and oh yeah, I was going to drive by there anyway, and just all those little things. So that's really all I have to say is once you get into it, you'll find your own rap. But I always sell the locals here, us, supporting local businesses and a local charity. This is a local charity, a nationwide health charity that we help our local people.
And remember this too, I mean, we might be local in this area, but our money supports all the patients in Florida. So if you know somebody with a fishing charter in the Keys, if you know anybody who's got any other businesses, Kristen, you guys, even on the Gulf Coast,
Yeah, we cover the whole.
take stuff with you if you guys are going to be here for the weekend. Bring your volunteers.
Those are the best things
Take
that
a
sell
ton
are
of
the little
paperwork with you,
vacation
'cause-
packages.
Yeah, we'll just print it more if you have it.
We'll get
It's
Dana
great.
working on some stuff. She's on vacation Dana would work. This girl that used to come helped us out get a ton of stuff at the Keys. Dana, one year.
Because you hung out there a lot.
Because she was living there or down there, but that stuff went so fast. People want to go somewhere.
And one thing I didn't think of, let's say you're West Coast or whatever, you know, they might not post the poster, they might, but they might just like to have one. It's like, oh, I'm running a marina in Tampa.
Yeah.
And, oh, that'd be cool, I'll just put that in the
Well, if
water.
you're running a marina, there's a potential, if you hit the owners of the marina, you might get 1 or 2 fishing charters. Ask for a full day, don't be afraid of a half day. But remember years ago when we were real aggressive with this, the charters go for big money. You know, we have some lined up, but like I remember when Steve started out, you guys were kind of preaching to the choir here. Thing to do, take as much of this paperwork with you and pass it out to your friends, the people who aren't at these meetings, because it makes a difference, and maybe they'll come out and volunteer. Maybe not, but the whole idea is to fan this paperwork out to as many people, because you guys, we're the hardcore people. I mean, we're working this event. All you guys have been with us for years and years and years, and the whole idea is to bring new people in.
That reminds me of another good point. Every time I have this conversation with anybody, even if it's just a casual friend, but I do give my brothers, I got a brother, Rocky's brother and a Coco brother, so I give them paperwork. But the thing is okay, Mr. or Mrs. Business Person, you don't want to donate, I get that, but since you live here, mention when the event is, and it's $35, tell them how wonderful the taste of is, and all the bargains for all the wonderful things you can get. So even if you're not going to donate something, please come to the event.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're
That's
still
the
getting
win.
money.
Welcoming.
Yeah, that's the second win, is getting them into the event. The more people we have, the more money the kidney foundation makes, so.
And you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see, like, there's 30 people here tonight, and usually we're getting fed. It would be nice if each of us could bring a bottle of wine
There you go.
the
That's
next
what I was
time,
gonna say.
so that we could basket the wine, and not only the bottle of wine, but if you got something for your birthday or Christmas that's brand new in the box, and you want to get rid of it or re-gift it, or donate it, and take an IRS donation, bring it in, bring it in.
That way you
I
don't
care
re-gift it to a relative who
if
knows
it's
where
a
you
box
got
of
it.
At
soap,
the auction.
you know, if it's perfume you're never gonna use, bring it in.
Our
Yeah.
auction
taking
ladies are
baskets?
awesome at
Are you
putting
taking
baskets
baskets?
together.
Yeah, Mark Cobb brought the baskets in already tonight.
Oh, it's nothing,
And,
basket.
Basket.
he's got them in the back there.
And I'll pick them up.
If you guys remember Henry and Sally from years ago,
Who am I giving
Mark
them?
got
you know, they've been with us
first
since the surf ski days.
Who am
When
I giving
Publix
them
has
to?
their wine, buy one, get one, buy one and bring the other one here.
Yeah.
You know,
And you know, put it on the email. Remember to bring your bottle of wine.
Right.
Volunteers come and bring your bottle of wine,
I
get
like
your
that.
free dinner, and bring a bottle of wine.
And it,
oh.
yeah, it doesn't have to be a fancy bottle.
no,
That's
Make
another,
sure it's full
that's
too.
another sales.
Somebody will just drink it. Well, here's a bottle of wine.
That's another sales technique. You go into a restaurant and say, you know, this could be packaged with a bottle of wine and perhaps a stay at a hotel
Yeah.
for a romantic weekend.
couldn't help
Right.
And so, you know,
Preachers gave us a case of wine.
yeah.
The weekend packaging
they
is
gave
terrific.
us 2 cases the year before, but
Yeah, that's okay.
Because remember what we did, the one reason why we made more money this year is we had a policy before of going 50%. We're going wholesale on up. What we did is we went a third.
Yes.
And we didn't have a lot of stuff left over like we do with, we never have anything
Last
done
year was
with
good.
a Corvette ride.
Last year was really good.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
and
it
that's a
really-
big
it's
reason
priced
is we
right,
dropped-
they'll buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you have to
Oh,
go
you're
for.
talking
It's
about
gotta
the
be
reserve
priced
price?
right.
Well,
With it, pardon me?
the reserve price is dropped, is that what you're saying?
No,
the starting bid is a
you know, the
third
starting
of
bid,
the
Right.
value.
we normally do at 50%, which is basically wholesale.
Right.
Now what we do is we start that bid at 1/3, you know, 15% less.
Let's give it up for Steve for all the insight. We'll make that a priority. If you can bring a basket or a little thing you didn't have, want from a birthday present or a bottle of wine next meeting, that'd be awesome. We'll see everyone June 26th, I believe.
Yeah, regifting is a great idea. 'Cause, you know, all of us have stuff. All of us have stuff in the
Thursday
house.
before July 4th.
All right, let's open it up. Anybody have any questions or any suggestions that we can improve? Any thing that we've gone over tonight? Wow, was that good? Like we said, everybody, we are kind of preaching to the choir here. The whole idea is to bring as many new people in as possible. Dennis?
Status quo still on the beach, all things capital, things set up, same what?
With the what?
Status quo on the beach?
Yeah.
All pretty much same?
Yeah. Bobby's working on the cart right now. The setup will kind of be basically the same as far as that. Pat, when we put together the PA, we want to make sure we have the microphone in there.
We don't need
I believe it
that.
was a cell tower that we didn't get rid
Yeah. When you get old Doug Smith for the other.
With the what?
When you did get old Doug Smith for the other dinner for the album.
Yeah, yeah. That's not only a safeguard, but to help. And remember Doug said last time we talked to him that he would help out because of the walk. And then Bobby's working on the other stuff.
I don't know, I'm looking for lunch, but I'm sure there are plates. They're looking for food.
You got plenty. I'll go ahead and spread.
She's tough. Still strong. Yeah, kids, your boys.
We know.
Your boys weigh 400 pounds combined right now.
Yeah,
Combined.
you're right. Well, not quite.
Not quite.
David's still at 150 pounds. Philip's at 200.
Hey, we'll make up.
So I can bring my small.
Yeah, we don't want to be getting, we don't want to be getting